Hey everyone, before we get into the next iteration of the Betsy saga, I wanted to quickly address that the previous Betsy video had over 2,000 views, which is an insane amount of support, especially for a channel that has only existed for about a month. Thank you all for the continued support, and I'm glad you all liked the shit post. Before we get any further into the video, I did want to quickly address some of the allegations from the previous Betsy video. Number 1. Did I steal intellectual property from a 16-year-old? Who can say? Second, was I bullying new players? It's annoying to see people teching for Betsy with these kind of cards. I think this is actually like very, very solid Betsy tech. But again, Betsy is one of the better heroes in the meta right now. So I understand why people are bringing in sideboard hate against her. Also, no. Third, am I an asshole? And for this one, I think the answer is definitively no. The only thing that I've ever said that could be construed as mean is referring to Pankaj's Battlehard winning new deck as the second place PQ Plus list. In response to these allegations, and as instructed by my team of lawyers, I'll be adding an MLA citation in this video to Never's Google Doc. I will also post his deck list, which I approved for him substantially by suggesting Fyendal's Fighting Spirit. With that out of the way, let's see if it's possible to delve into Betsy's competitive viability in the current state of Flesh and Blood. Many of y'all have been asking, why Betsy? And I think that there was a famous author who put it best. Betsy is a unique hero that has a restricted blocking effect that can go on any attack. While Bravo's restricted blocking is on demand, it's only on attack actions with cost 3 or more. Victor doesn't have it on demand, it only has it on the golden set for 10 to overpower. Betsy can use this with attacks such as Command and Conquer or even her weapon. This allows for lines such as Money Where Your Mouth Is, Anothos, Wager a Gold, Overpower +1 for Betsy, attacking for 10 overpower for only 3 cards. Her Good Time Chapeau also allows her to immediately use the gold given to her after winning a clash from Test of Strength, or hitting with a wager such as Money Where Your Mouth Is or Bet Big. Since Guardian is such a strong class for a bland hero, Betsy automatically has the tools to put her in discussion for a spot in the top of the meta. However, she's behind in the fact that she has very little support to make an identity of her own. I still think that despite that, her Chapeau and ability to wager on any attacks help her beat out the other Guardians for the top spot in this meta. Wise words. At the time of recording, Betsy is currently sitting at the bottom of the Classic Constructed Living Legend leaderboard at a measly 4 points. And many of you all know why that is. In general, Guardians have some of the worst numbers in the game. And I think this is best illustrated by all these Crush cards. So Spinal Crush is a 3-card 9, Chokeslam is sometimes a 2-card 8, and Righteous Cleansing is like a 4-card 10. So all of these are terribly below rate in terms of damage. This has historically been offset by Guardian's high armor, but in recent sets, there are classes now that just have better armor than Guardian, looking at Brute, Warrior, and also Ninja for some reason. Why not just play Bravo over Betsy? Betsy has a unique advantage in that you can overpower any attack. This includes weapons, Guardian attacks, and powerful generics like CNC and Weakest Link. Bravo, on the other hand, only has the ability to dominate attack action cards with cost 3 or greater, which is a severe restriction. Number 2, Betsy also makes your opponents more tilted. Try to enter the mind of your opponent for a little bit. Who would you rather lose to? Bravo, which is a semi-fallen off hero, but still somewhat viable if you have the right matchup or the right draw, or Betsy, who is terrible in almost every situation. I would rather lose to the Bravo personally. There's also been a question of why not just Victor? And while Victor has a really good matchup into Zen, he folds to New super hard just because he needs all those blue 6s in his deck to make the Clash ability work. I will now also introduce you to the MST triangle. So as you all know, MST has 3 heroes. We have Zen, Enigma, and New. The idea with this set was that Zen would dumpster on Enigma, Enigma would just overpower New with all her ward and auras that she can't deal with, and New was supposed to beat Zen, but we all know how that worked out. What if I told you that there was a secret 4th hero to the MST meta, and that's Betsy? Betsy is almost guaranteed to lose to Enigma, so that is an impossible matchup. But can we beat both Zen and New? That is the question that I am trying to answer today. We already know that a proper Betsy build can beat Zen, but due to the number of 6s and 8s that we have to run in our blues to try to win clashes, it's really not good against New. What if there was a way to build Betsy so that we could beat both New and Zen? How is this possible? Well, I'm here today to tell you that it is possible to beat both Zen and New, and the way that we are going to do that is by completely butchering our entire deck. So Instead of the normal blue 6 Guardian attacks that we run as our blue base, we are instead running the Guardian Auras, which have been historically terrible. And the reason that we are running these is just for Nu's ability. So Nu cannot be mean to us by playing our own Guardian attacks at us. They are instead useless in her banish. For Zen, our goal is basically to never attack unless we're attacking with a CNC pummel or a weakest link pummel. Until we find those cards, we are basically going to be blocking out until Zen tries to fatigue himself, basically. Zen is capable of running out of combo cards, and if Zen has almost entirely Chi in our deck, he's not going to be able to break through our defenses. We also have the Nerves of Steel lock, which is very important for both Zen and Nu. So this card reads that you remove a -1 counter from your chess piece, which we're running Tectonic Plating, so we instantly get 2 value whenever we play it. But Battle Ward and Temporary on equipment you control doesn't trigger if it defends attack with 2 or less. So both Nu and Zen take advantage of 2 or less base attacks. So if we can get soaked up to 10 to 15 damage off this card, it's insane. This card also has the added benefit that if Zen's entire deck is Chi, we can basically lock him out of the game. And the same thing goes for Nu. So this is kind of the game plan of this deck, and this is an incredibly fragile game plan, but it is possible to beat both of these decks. Finding good players who would play into Betsy on camera proved to be incredibly difficult, just because the stakes were so high. On the one hand, if these players were to beat Betsy, they would almost gain nothing from that. But if these players were to lose to Betsy on camera, that could ruin their entire Flesh and Blood career. Despite that, we found 2 really good players who are willing to stake their reputations on camera. Alright, we are playing against a Nu from our testing team. So this is a very good player. His name's Carl. Carl has top 8'd, I think, at the Battle Hardened and the PQ Plus, or maybe just the Battle Hardened. So Carl's obviously a very good player. So we're going to give the new board a shot, and then Carl's not expecting this, so we'll see how it goes. Again, Carl's a very good player, so don't dump on Carl if he loses, which he might. But we'll start. We have a pretty good starting hand. We are going first. And we do see that they're not on a Rousing Wave, which I think is very important in the matchup. We're going to come in for 6 here, which is a pretty big attack. And then I think we're just going to use this pummel for damage at this rate. And so we can just... Again, I don't know if Carl knows what's coming to him. But Carl's a very good player. We played... In the PQ Plus I won, I think we played in some of the earlier rounds. And Carl's just a very good Nu in general. So we got a pretty good hand here. I think we have similar policy to Zen where we just never block daggers just because it's not worth it. And our goal here is to basically just kind of block everything he does. I think we're going to go ahead and give the Fate here just to kind of soak up a little bit of this damage. Bottom this. Okay, CNC is quite bad, but that's, I guess, why we have the armor. So what armor do we want to use first? That's a good question. Part of me almost thinks it might be right to also maybe just pitch the Sigil of Solace on our turn. So maybe we'll give up like 4 armor here. I think it's fine to save the Sigil for second cycle. I think getting an Anotha swing is actually quite important. Again, CNC is one of the biggest threats in the matchup, so happy to see it out of the way early as opposed to later, although we did have to kind of make a suboptimal block there. Also, shout out to Carl. Carl, thank you for recording with me. It's hard to get people on camera who want to play against this deck. That's how bad it is. Oh, God. What a funny deck. Yep, so giving us the Stilettos, I'm pretty happy with this. Again, we just want to keep up the pressure in terms of chip. So they got a Bonds of Agony, which we are going to not care about almost at all. Again, I think our plan is to block at the money where your mouth is, just because... So we can ideally pay into the Staunch response, like after this, and pump for the full 9 if they want to, like, commit to it. And if they don't want to commit to it, and they just want to do, like, Stiletto, I think this is fine. Yeah, again, Stardust Spell is just going to add to the block. I think Carl's probably wondering, like, what the fuck is this deck? Not sure what Carl takes here. Hold line makes sense. Because that way, at least he can banish it and play something out. Okay, so that's only coming in for 4. If they want to commit more, then I think we have to stuff it with the staunch. Okay, but they're not going to commit more, which is fine. Oh yeah, we don't get the what is it? We don't actually banish the hold the line because it's a reaction. The stealth only banishes action cards defending this. So in order for Carl to actually be able to play the hold the lines, they need to go to our banish zone. I think we're fine taking the scale peeler here. Again, we have 2 cards in case we want to send a Nothos, but it looks like it's going to be most likely a CNC, which I think we're just going to stuff. Just stuff it with the 6 again. So that's another important threat out of the way is Codex. So we're pretty happy with this. We're just gonna pass it back. Looks like they're pitching a Warmongers. Okay, good to know about. This is such a meme deck, by the way. I've put in an inordinate amount of time into actually like learning how to play this deck and making changes based on what could possibly make this deck good into Zen and New. Again, this deck is just a nightmare. There's no reason to play this hero yet, so. I think I just block 3 here. See what he does. If he wants to react, we can always, staunch it. I think that's fine. Because we don't want to just staunch right away because he could just choose not to do anything. Okay, he's going to grain as well. Makes sense. So we're going to let this resolve. We'll banish our money where your mouth is. There actually might have been an argument to banishing this, but I think it's still fine to just staunch up here. We might take a little bit damage on the back half. I think it's okay. I think he has a Slither in his hand still as well. I don't think he played a Slither. Okay, this makes sense. All right, last levels is out of the way. So coming in for 5 draw, that makes sense. All right, you still get to hold on to direct here, which we're pretty happy with. And Carl is not fat decking us, which is very important. I think if Carl knew, he might not fat deck us. All right, we got the leave no. I'm gonna just pass and see if he has reacts. Interesting, interesting. We could actually just pay fully into the staunch response so that he can't steal a blue. That's kind of funny. Kind of like that. It's a good bit. Yeah, we'll just pitch both of our blues and then he gets nothing off of this. I'm kind of happy with that a little bit. Blocking 10 on a leave no witnesses is hilarious. So you might be thinking at this point, how does this deck win? Well, your question is well-founded. I'm still learning how I win for myself. But I think it involves the Nerves of Steel lock, which I'm going to try to demonstrate this game. We don't find it here yet, but again, the Nerves of Steel are better in the late game. The rough plan is to basically develop out the Nerves of Steel so that his daggers basically don't do anything, and then we just hope he runs out of attacks that he can play. Oh no, he's daggering every turn. That's terrifying. Okay. We could unironically play this, but like I'm almost certain that's wrong. Start with the this round's on me. Not sure if that's right to play. I think we'll do this. I think we'll save the CNC for second cycle. We'll just note this here. We are still sitting on the immovable too, so. Such a meme deck. Alright. He's gonna full send it. Alright. Got a pretty good hand. So I'm not super scared of what he's gonna do on the crackback. So I'm gonna block. I could block 4. I think blocking 4 on this is probably fine. And again, the Test of Vigors are in the deck because we're pretty much always going to lose the Test of Vigor, but it's the least bad thing to lose. And here we see that what do we have on top of our deck? We have a Pummel. Alright, he's going big on this. And a Venomous, okay. And a Slither. Do we want to react further, or are we fine with this? I think we're fine taking a little bit of damage here. So you get a hold line, banish, and a pummel. I think we're okay with that. We could have stuffed it with the unmovable, but then we're kind of leaving ourselves a little bit open to Codex. Okay, doing go again. Again, so this is most likely a Codex, but he can't. The leave no witnesses would come in for 3. So I think we're just blocking 3 here just to soak up a little bit of damage. Okay, it is leave no witnesses for 3. So we can either block 3 with the CNC. Yeah, I think block 3 with CNC makes most sense. And we have begun the Anothos Kadachi lock again. Don't you worry, they're gonna be dead in like 20 turns from now. Again, we're not seeing Carl have any Betsy tech here, which I think, you know, definitely one in the matchup. Very important to tech for Betsy nowadays. And by Betsy tech, I mean Cosmic Awakening specifically. Okay, looks like he's just gonna get the CNC back. Makes sense. We can just go ahead and block 7 here, and then what, on our turn, I think we just pitch the Fate, the Terra Cinder. Come for 3. We're not taking a ton of damage though. We're getting the Codex CNCs out of the way early, at least. So we still have 2 more CNCs we need to worry about, and 1 more Codex. So gotta be a little bit careful. Oh, I just added this new tech, by the way, starting stake. Because it's so hard to make a gold on this version of the list, I just threw this in here because I thought it'd be funny. I've yet to try this card at all, so I'm curious if I'm going to be able to play it here. We'll see no blocks on the daggers. Okay, dagger, yeah. Let's play assuming that we don't know his hand, but I think we're going to block with our pummel here if he wants to infect. I think it's a little bit too much damage to let through. Is it 5 draw or is it 5 buff? It's 5 buff. Interesting. I think we're okay going off an arsenal for a turn. So we're going to block this, and then we're going to starting stake, and then arsenal our Nerves of Steel here. And then we draw into this hand, which is not ideal, but we'll make it work. Ideally, I want to see a blue here so we could try to get the Nerves online. And the Nerves is like the whole point of this deck, by the way. This card is kind of actually okay. It's just very like hard to actually like utilize because it's very fragile. But it's a very cool card. There are a lot of things in the meta right now that attack for like 2 or less, so I think that's kind of like the core idea. But all right, we're gonna try to get a Vigor here because that might let us play Nerves of Steel and then develop out an arsenal. But again, we're almost always gonna lose this, as we expected. So I think that's okay. Okay, we might have to worry about. Okay, it's just dagger. Okay, Codex again is a little annoying. All right, we get the leave now. Do we want to let this through? Probably not. Yeah, probably not. I think we're just gonna fade. Oh, if we can fade a blue on top, we might actually just pop the gold here. Okay, but now we don't know for sure. Do we want to save that for later? Probably, let's bottom that. If we won that Vigor there, it would be really good. Oh, do we want to risk it? You can risk it for a blue. Is that worth it? Probably not. Let's go ahead and just get rid of the bet big. Okay, we found our blue. I was debating whether or not to save the sigil for later, but I think it's better later when Carl's like running out of like high attack power threats. That's at least my logic. I don't know if that's correct because it also is bad later on because you're not, you know, a block card. All right, we got the surgical. Interesting. Okay, so what have we seen so far? We've seen a venomous. We've seen a hiss. We've seen not much else. So Venomous and Hiss are both very live right now. This is coming in for 7. So I think we give up the gauntlets here and then maybe see what he does. Okay, Stir the Pot actually makes a lot of sense. So we're just gonna do this now. Then do we want to mask and give them the Terra Sunder? Or do we want to develop out the nerves? Is the nerves better here? I think we can take a turn off for the nerves. So let's banish the terror. I think it's okay. Pass back, and then we'll sigil into turn. There's maybe some argument to just doing the immovable there, but I'm not sure. Alright, we're still pretty overdue for a CNC. Although, we don't have to worry about codex anymore, so that's really good information. Arousing Wave is still a little bit of a problem. I don't think we're completely out of the woods here yet. Pitching 2 reds. Okay, so this makes me think it's a mask. But maybe we're fine. So if it is mask, then we lose a blue, obviously. But then we could just Nerves of Steel, and we don't care about going off Arsenal because they already used 2 codexes. But if it's not a mask, then he just takes the blue because he'll pump the surgical. I think I'm okay with that. Okay, so it's a Venomous. So he takes a blue here, which is fine, and then we just play on Nerves. Alright, so we got our first Nerves online, which is very good. So now the daggers don't do anything, right? And we're still up ahead by 11 cards. So we're in a pretty good spot, and we don't have to worry about Codex here. Alright, so here we have to block 7 because of the Arousing Wave. We could also just let the Nerves die if he wants to give us a Arousing Wave. I'm maybe okay with that. I think I'm gonna try to bait him into trying to pop the Arousing to make the Nerves die. I think if he wants to do it, that's fine. If he doesn't, that's also fine. And we'll send in another 4. Again, we're still up 11 cards. So we need to close the life total gap a little bit more, but we do still have a lot of good threats in the deck. Okay, another CNC is also fine. So we'll just go ahead and block 6 here, and then again, if he wants to try to Tunic Arousing, I think we're okay with that. Coming in for 4. I've debated back and forth between whether Anothos versus Titan's Fist. A lot of the times they end up being very similar, but like sometimes if you can get an extra 6, it's kind of worth it. It's very, very small difference, I think. I'm not sure which one I like specifically in the new. Because new ends up just eating like 3 cards out of your hand most turns anyways, especially in the late game. Alright, so we got Carl in the Nerves lock still. And then we don't actually want to block attacks like this, so we're just going to go ahead and try to sync this. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and try to go for the sync here. Okay, that's fine. I think we'll think beforehand just to get maximum information. We're also not worried about Codex anymore, just to FYI. And since we're not worried about Codex anymore, why don't we just banish this down and dirty? So we don't care. Okay, he has the Justinic as well, which we're, again, fine with, I think. And then, what do we do? You give up the hold line, I don't think is terrible. Alright, he gives us the Rousing Wave now. That's very funny. Do we just let this happen? I'm maybe okay with this. We'll lose our Nerves of Steel, but I think it's okay. Oh no, we lost 2 Nerves of Steel. Okay, it's a little bit of a disaster. Okay, So you have one Nerves of Steel left in the deck. I think we're not blocking here. And it's fine that we lost our counter here, because we still have one Nerves left. I think it's pretty close to the bottom, so you need to be a little cognizant of that. How many CNCs do we have left? I think we're all out of CNCs as well. That's good for us. I think we're eventually getting to the point where he's going to start masking us every turn. It's probably pretty soon. Signal blocks on the daggers. Then we got the surgical extraction. Let's see if he's got any reacts. I think I'm going to pitch 2 reds here, actually, to... Then our pitch stack gets a little bit weird, but it's maybe okay. Let's see what he does first, I guess. I think we're just going to do this. Pitch our blue and just shove it. And then we get to filter our... Sweet. All right, this is exactly what we wanted. So now we can do an Oathos for 4 and then Arsenal removal. So as long as we can find that Nerves again, I think we're okay. Again, we are getting close to the masked point of the game. We don't have to worry about the CNCs anymore, though, so pretty happy with that. Let's see if I'm doing this to see if I can bait anything out of him. We could have just done this on our turn, actually. It's probably dumb to have done that, but whatever. Here, so we already have 2 D-Reacts at the bottom of our deck, so pitching this D-React actually isn't very good. So we're going to go ahead and Seismic, and then this is kind of one spot where the Enothos kind of comes in clutch, is that you can send 6. So we basically get 2 extra cards in our deck. But again, our life totals are still pretty close. So we do still have 8 points of armor, or 7 points of armor, rather. Okay, good hand, good hand. You can tell this is a premium hand by how many blues are in it. I think I'm going to try to staunch this. Just to cover a little bit of damage. All right, then the E-Strike is going to come in for 7. I think we're fine to go off an Arsenal here. So again, this main deck Betsy hate is getting a little ridiculous here, Carl. But it's understandable. I would also deck for Betsy in the current meta. With Enlightened Strike, one of the best cards of all time. Yeah, main deck Betsy hate. You hate to see it. Alright, I think he's out of levels too. Yeah, we're out of levels too. Do still have to worry about the bonds though. Alright, how many imposing messages have we seen? We think we still have 1 left in the deck, and then how many emboldens do we have? Because I want to try to hold on to a blue here. And what about CNCs? We have, so maybe the lead back is actually CNC. I think I'm going to block 5 here, actually. Is that wrong? So we block 5 here with Embolden and Money Remouthos, and then... Actually, this is most likely just Mask, isn't it? Or like Pass Over Mask, because like... Alright, it's probably React plus Mask. So I think we're going to block 5 here with the idea... What if we block 8? So this comes in for 4, and then if it's Hiss or just a Nick, then it's fine. I'm going to do these 2. I'll give him the option between these 2, I think. Because we do lose out on 1 card, which is a little annoying. I'll block 8. I don't know what's right here. I think 8 makes the most sense, maybe. But again, we're still gonna get our whole hand banished away anyways, but at least this way it's not yeah, maybe I'm supposed to do 5 there. I'm not sure. I don't know if he's sitting on React. Because if he's sitting on React, I guess it doesn't really matter each way. How many Reacts do we have to worry about left? I think we still got 2 hisses, 2 venomous, or sorry, 1 venomous. So we've seen 2 venomous, we've seen 1 hiss. So I think it's 2 more hisses left. Yeah, I wonder keeping a blue, is that better? Not sure. I feel like we're barely winning this if we are winning this. I don't actually know for certain if we are winning this. How many bonds do we have left? We've seen 1 bonds, 2 bonds. I think there's still a 3rd bonds left in the deck somewhere. Is he banished it? No. Okay, so I see 2 bonds. I think he's still got 2 persuasive left as well. All right, Justin, Nick, and Hiss are also left in the deck, which makes sense. So I'm thinking the card that he has left in his deck is a React. So we're gonna banish our Stamp Authority here. Because Terra Thunder could Fringe be useful. Okay, looking for Scrap. Is it better to send 4 and block 3, or is it better to send 6? If we send 6, then we get +1 card in our deck. Jace is kind of valuable. I can also give him the Civics here. I feel like this is going to come more down to fatigue than it is damage. So I think I'm going to actually just take the 5 here. So his Justin, Nick, Passover, and a Chi are at the bottom. So that's in 3 turns. We send 6 here ourselves. We Arsenal the Fate, which is really solid at this point in the game. Again, I think we're now at the point where Carl starts masking us every turn. But we found the other nerves. Okay, I think we're still in this. So we need this nerves to stick around for a while. How many surgicals has Carl used? Let's see. 1, 2, 3 surgicals already. So hand disruption wise, it's pretty much just bonds and persuasive at this point. Okay, here comes persuasive. I think we're blocking. So we just saw Justin, Nick pitched, and so we just saw Justin, Nick, and Hiss pitched. So there's maybe another Hiss coming. And I don't think we can afford to really get hissed with this hand. So I think we do have to respect this with the bet big. And then we have the Fate for backup if we need to. Alright, if they hit the Nerves of Steel, it's really bad. But I think we might still be okay. So if he just masks us here, then we just get rid of Sigil, I think. But if he... I'm trying to think of all the lines he can do. Yeah, so I think we just block 3 here and then see what he does. Because it's most likely at least a Transcend or a Mask or something's happening this turn. Not sure what. Maybe also should have blocked for Chapeau or like Civics. Carl just said my blues are sad. Alright, we're gonna get rid of the Sigil here so that we have the Nerves. And we do still have Hiss towards. So we just saw the Justin Nick pitch. So Justin Nick is with the Hiss. So this is the Venomous. So this comes in for 5. And then we can stuff it with the Fate for Seam. So yeah, we'll Fate now. I think we bottom this just so he can't do it. Okay, pumps over with the Fang Strike. Okay, then he's got another Hiss. So hopefully it's a red on top. If it's a red, I think we win. But okay, it's a blue. So we don't win straight away. Which is maybe okay. He left us with the Nerves. Oh no. Do we win now? Oh no. He doesn't know. So as you can see, this is one of the, completely not fragile combo that you can assemble. truly like uncounterable by new in any way, shape, or form. Just they cannot interact with it at all. I think we also have 2 warmongers left as well. Interesting, interesting. Again, we don't care about the daggers. All right, 2 warmongers at the bottom. We do still have our fate. We need to find like an extra blue or something. I don't think we're in a good spot, but I don't think we're in a bad spot either. And we still need to worry about the Hiss and the Justin Nick that we saw pitch together. I think that's coming up the turn after this. Okay, Carl is passing. So, we develop out a Seismic. And then I think we nerves, leaving the Sink below in Arsenal. Alright, we've assembled the combo. And again, Carl could not clearly have done anything about it there. Totally couldn't have just taken it. To be fair, I think it's been a long game, so like don't blame Carl. He probably didn't know. But yeah, totally not a fragile combo that, you know, just always works against new. Oh, this card's so stupid. I don't think this is the Justinic Hiss. Because we also saw a Passover. I think it's Passover, Justinic Hiss, and then a Chi. Was that the hand? So again, we cannot take any damage here, or we pretty much just lose on the spot. This is a close one. I think we're losing, but it's hard to say. I don't know if Carl has like a super easy way to deal with the nerves. Also, maybe we should save the Staunch, actually. I'm thinking about it for this reason. So I think we don't have to worry about the Justinic and a Hiss yet, but I think most likely this is Chi, or like Transcend and then do something. So I think we want to block 6 here exactly. Right? Or maybe we don't even block 6. I'm having trouble keeping track of threats. So we have 2 Hisses left to worry about, and 1 Justinic left to worry about, and I don't think those are in his hand. There's no other like reactions, right? I think he's running. So I think I'm like 95% sure that like his top like 4 cards are the Justinic and the Hiss. I don't think it's with the bonds, but I could be very wrong. So I'm not gonna play around it. I'm gonna bank on my memory being better. Okay. That does give him a card deeper, so maybe he can find one of the 2 now. But again, I don't think he has both at this point. Yeah, I'm like 95% sure he doesn't have both. All right. So now we can banish our Towering Titan. And then if he has Hiss, then we can Sink below. All right. And then Carl has the 20 card hand here. He gets a buckle off the top, which is fine, I think. I think he's just passing too. Okay. Okay, we're still good. We're still good. Okay, so now I think it's Justinic and Hiss that we know about. I think I'm sure about that. So we can maybe get some damage in here with the Anothos. Take him to 11. And then we do have to worry about the Justinic Hiss. And I think we have like Staunches. I think we have like 1 or 2 Staunches left. So, okay, Justinic and Hiss pumps this by 10. So we can block 10. So I think we need to give 6 here if we want to fully block this. I don't think it should be with equipment. So I think we're going to... Do we also want to bank that maybe there is a Staunch on top? I think that's kind of risky. I think I'm going to give him 6 here and try to make him use it. Because I think it's... Alright, so there's the Chi. And then we banish 1. And I think it's Justinic Hiss. Alright, so there's a Justinic. And I think he's got the Hiss too, yeah. Okay, so I did remember this correctly. Okay. All right, we're golden here, right? So now we can sink this. We'll pass on the sink. And then we'll note this for 4. It's coming down the wire. I think he's out of reactions, though, so, like, we can pretty much block anything he does with the nerves, right? What does he have left in his deck? I'm pretty sure it's, like, majority chi and then, like, some blue, like, pick-to-pieces kind of things. All right, he hit a Terra Sunder off the top, which is okay, I think. Oh, he's hold lining. Okay, that makes sense. How many hold lines does he still have left? I think he's got 1. Or no, sorry, you just used the 1. Okay. And then we just pitched our blue. There's a blue on top, so you can banish that as well if he wants. I don't think he has this. I think it's a draw, maybe. Because he needs to be able to go 3 wide. Oh no. Yeah, he's thinking it might be a draw. Because I still have 4 cards in a Nothos. So I can swing I can swing a Nothos technically 4 more times, I think. Yeah, because I can swing technically 3 more times here. So he doesn't have any reacts, so we can now block with the Chapeau. Right? So now he pass overs. Which then lets him mask. But then does he have the other chi? So if his other card is chi right now, I think we might lose. Again, I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so he gets our hold line for blocking value. We'll banish our staunch because it's no longer necessary. And then if the other card is chi, I think we lose. Although I guess we still wouldn't draw it, right? So we'll put the Spinal in the deck, and then we'll do Never Yield. We need to put the Spinal Crush on top of the deck. That's very important. If we don't do that, then they can banish. Then you can banish the Never Yield first. So Spinal goes on top first, and then we don't Arsenal. So I wonder if he should have. I wonder if he should have new banished, or maybe he didn't have it. I'm not sure. Oh, he might not have had it. Wow. Yeah, he didn't have it. That's crazy. So now we can pitch the Spinal, put the Spinal on top, and then we Anothos. Right? So we have a red on top, and then we're safe, right? So put the Spinal on the bottom first, and then we pass. So yeah, there's actually not a window for him to do this. He needs to banish from hand now. So I think I got him. He's got the this rounds on me. That's funny. he's just having a little bit of fun here. It's very funny. Oh, you got the Never Yield. Wait, it might not be over yet. Maybe? I'm not 100% sure. I guess we'll use our Chapeau now too. And then we can finally use an actual Betsy ability to win the game instead of fatigue. So we'll wager off Chapeau, pay 2. Just coming for 6 overpower. Can he deal with this? I mean, yes, he still has armor technically. Oh, if he breaks all the armor, he can never yield. But then you can't put a counter on anything. It's just life gain. Maybe that means the never yields need to get cut. Oh, he still has another hold line. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so he does get a bigger. So maybe that was a punt there. I think we're still fine. Yeah, he still needs to banish from hand every turn. So I'll banish our blue here. Oh, wait. How did I get pumped? Oh, because the might. Oops. Forgot about the might. It's okay. It's okay. We'll block with our tech plating. I think we still have it here. So pitch, play. Thinking new. Wow, we got there. That's crazy. Oh, Carl. I'm so sorry. Betsy's OP. I played against it. He says oh my god, hold on. I hate you. Oh, Carl, I'm so sorry that I have to upload this. But Carl's actually like a very good player, so like don't diss on Carl. Like he also wasn't like teching teching super hard for the Betsy matchup, obviously. I think if he fat techs a little bit, I think he can get there. So maybe this is a lesson for Carl to not disrespect the bets. To not disrespect the bets. With new proven to be a 100-0 matchup based on our one-game sample size, I felt it was time to move on to our next hero, Zen. And our Zen player for today is going to be Mas Bule Main, who has his own YouTube channel that I think you should all go check out if you really like good Zen and Aurora content. All right, we are here with Mas Bule himself. So against Zen, I think we want to go first. And I think our equipment looks good. Mas Bule, if you don't know, he has his own channel. Very good Zen player. We did a lot of testing, I think, pretty early on in Zen's lifespan, I guess. But very, very solid player. So, like, please go watch some of his stuff. He's got some really good, also Aurora content. Like, he's been cooking some cool stuff with Aurora. So let's start with an E strike. We'll do go again. I think we want to try to arsenal this CNC. And again, our goal here for Zen is to try to run him out of threats. CNC is a big one, though. I'm very happy to see that out of the way early. And I haven't given him a lot of information about kind of what the deck is. So I haven't sent him a list or anything. I just asked him to play like his normal Zen listen to me. Although he hasn't really been playing Zen according to him lately. I think he's been focused on Aurora. But it should be an interesting game. Okay. Got levels out of the way as well. It's also, I think, a pretty important threat in the matchup. I mean, everything's a threat in the matchup, right? It's Zen. And we're playing Betsy. I think our hand here is okay. I don't think it's like anything to write home about necessarily, and he has transcended turn 1, so it is a little bit scary. I think here we'll start with the test of vigor and see what happens. Oh, actually, yeah, test of vigor here I think is still okay. All right, so he gets the vigor, which is not a surprise. Then we are going to see Tiger into spinning. And probably an arsenal. I think it's okay to get a little bit of early chip damage in if we want to Titan Cyst here. Like they have transcended, so it is a pretty high risk if we want to do that. But you know, we're playing Betsy. So I think we probably are actually okay here as long as he doesn't. That other last card was an Art of War, which if it is Art of War, like you know, them's the breaks. I think it's definitely a little bit of a risky play, but we're playing Betsy. You gotta wager a little bit if you want to succeed. Okay, so here we see levels. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're good. We see levels. Okay, this is off the vigor, right? Oh, wait, is the vigor what fucked him up? That's really funny. Yes. Okay, Kakara. Yes, we will. I think I'll take a Kakara here. I think it's okay to lose a little bit of life. We're not on finals fighting spirits in this build though. Yeah. You can do it. Whatever. Alright, so we're starting with the blue Descendant, which is I think good. Onto bonds, getting mauling or something. Or spinning. Okay. I think we will pass priority. So we're trying to dig here for our first pummel. And they still have Kakara up. We know this card isn't artwork because they probably would have killed us otherwise. I think we're fine just passing here. We can block here. Like, we don't necessarily need to rush to dig for a pummel. And I think we're pretty good. I think we're at least happy with the CNC. So we get to protect our own CNC here, which is pretty solid. I think I might need to refresh. Yeah. Oh, found our pummel. Okay, so we might be safe now. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this, by the way. I don't know why How many games on Betsy do I have so far? I played 30 games on Betsy, which is, I think, more games than anyone should have on Betsy. And I don't think I've learned anything. I don't think I've learned anything about the game since then. Okay. I think I do want to maybe give a little piece of armor because the tiger can matter a lot, but we have seen one chase, so I think it might be all right to give an armor piece. It denies like just a chase by itself. Okay, coming in with the Kakara. I think that's fine. To aspect. Okay, here I kind of want to just keep the whole hand and do pummel CNC. We'll send it. And how many pummels am I actually running in this version? I'm running 3 pummels. So I think we can afford to use our first one just as a little bit of kind of tempo, at least, if that exists in Betsy. We have seen 2 CNCs out of the way, though. So that's very good for us. Oh, and they have the Flick Flack and Arsenal. That's unfortunate. We get the Arsenal or Sigil, though, which is quite good. Okay. We could die here if we go for something. But... oh, we could super easily die. I think I'm still going to do it, though. This is so dumb. I shouldn't be even attacking with this, but maybe it's okay if he doesn't have Art War. Okay. Get a little bit of value there. This feels basically just like playing around Art War, or playing around, what's the card? Yeah, playing around him having Art of War on the pop-off turn. So we found our nerves, which is fine. I think I might just give tech plating again. Seems fine to use it on Biting Breeze. And yeah, it looks like that might have represented a lot of damage there because of the okay, I think they're doing bonds though, which is fine. So how many CNCs does he have left? He has 1 CNC left. But we have Sigil in Arsenal, so I guess it doesn't really matter. So I think we're okay here because we're effectively still at 40. We're definitely getting to the point where he should be starting to find Art Wars though. Okay, we do still see the chase, so it's probably chase aspect. So he probably has another aspect in his hand. That's pretty good. So we'll go ahead and give the bet big here. Again, I don't think we care about our arsenal a ton. Okay, so there's the aspect that we figured was coming. So we'll do nerves here. Tiger for 1. That's fine. So he still has 1 more tiger in hand. This might be the opportunity for the civic steps. Just for the last tiger. Yep. And then, Yeah, I think we're just passing back. So we're gonna lose out on our might here, but it's like fine. We really just wanted the gold off the bet big, I think. This is me doing Betsy strategy. Again, I don't think there is a. I'm gonna actually let him. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was gonna let him know the fast turn, but it's fine. So pro Sigil Solace tech is that you should play it on your turn as opposed to your opponent's turn, so it doesn't give him back priority. But here we're gonna make our seismic, and then sigil, and then pass. I think. Just hold on to our sigil and arsenal. All right, find the hold the line, which is probably higher value than sigil. And again, I apologize for forcing. I didn't force you to play this technically, but I apologize for offering, for suggesting that you play this into me. This is like the dumbest deck of all time. Okay, so on our turn, we have that this round's on me. Is that good? Probably it's still good. So let's. I think we can block a little bit here. Seems fine. Might be more right to just block with this round's on me than to try to like play it out because like, oh, going for the Art of War. Okay. We might be in danger here, but we do have the hold the line, so that's positive, I guess. And again, warning in advance, apparently I was messaging Mas on Discord, and he was not feeling well, so if this is a difficult, it seems like a difficult matchup, it is, so I wouldn't want to play this matchup while feeling bad, so extra big thank you to him for playing this out. Let's no block here since we're already soaking 3. Oh, another levels. That's spooky. That's pretty good. Do we want to give a little bit of armor here? I think we're fine just eating the little vanilla damage. I still want to hold up 6 armor for CNC because we still have 1 left. Yeah, I think we're fine blocking here. We might just Arsenal to this round on me too. Go into wins. That's pretty good. So this is a semi-relevant on hit because it puts another card in the deck, so maybe we're fine just giving it up. Here, I think is okay. Again, we still do have 6 armor up for CNC, and we have the sigil, so we don't have a ton to worry about here. It's interesting he's on wins. I think the card's very solid. I'm just unsure like how much wins I want. I think he said he might have been on like 1 wins at one point, but I don't know if that's still true. All right, we are halfway through the deck and we're down 1 Art of War, which is solid for us. We have our next pummel as well. Here we're seeing the true Betsy tech of attacking with Kakara every turn, which is a hard counter, as we all know. I think we're fine taking the 2, though. We'll get another 1. And then this Tiger Swipe's going to come in for 5. Probably 5, yeah. So let's start with our Fate, I guess. I think we want that for next turn. We'll top that. Yeah, we'll top that and let him have another Tiger. The Tiger shouldn't be that much value this turn. Then we will do... I think I'll block with Embolden. I think we might just block with Sync, actually. We'll say no to the Sync. Tiger for 0. The Mauling Key, maybe? Yeah, Mauling Key. Okay, so... I think we might just block with Gauntlets here. Still a little bit worried about that last CNC, but it might be fine for next turn. I just have to hold back our blocks a little bit. Again, we're getting pretty low here. This pummel weakest link is going to have to do a lot of work. It's a pretty good hand for it, though. It looks like we got double transcend. Oh, that is scary. Okay. Ooh, this is not looking good. This is unironically not looking good. Okay. Coming in for 2. I think we do need to try to pummel this weakest link next turn. We do have the gold as well for the overpower, so we can like force it through. Yeah, I think we gotta take some damage here. Can hopefully get the double discard. Like, he should be at the point where he starts to draw a lot of hands without base power. So I think we're in a good spot. We haven't seen 2 card draws this turn, so this hold line's not doing very much. And we're probably going to take a lot of damage here. But we need to hold on to basically our whole hand here. It's maybe some merit to even just like blocking out here, but I think we want Arsenal to hold line for an Art War. And we also need to hold back in case of CNC as well. So another Tiger. Going down to 9 is pretty scary. 9-1. What's the last thing? CNC? No CNC. Okay. That's terrifying. So let's start with the Chapeau. Then we'll do the weakest link. And then we need to overpower it. So it's coming in for 7 overpower, and then we're going to be able to pump with Pummel for 11 total, which is really solid. But then the only problem with this is that the Tiger, like they just discard the Tiger to the Pummel. Oh, I was so confident up until this point, but it's not looking too good. Maybe it is truly not 100-0. All right, let's hope that the Art of War is in hand at least. Oh, the Flick Flack. No, the Betsy tech. Oh, that's insane. Oh, we're toast. Maybe the weakest links are bad. Maybe we just need the CNCs. That was sick, though. That was a good Flick Flack. No problem. I'm probably dead. Oh, no. Well, okay, wait. We do have the 2 hold the lines. So, not immediately dead. Alright, well, there's our war number 1, which you figure is coming. We got lucky. We did it. Yes. Oh, it's over. No, I'm kidding. It's not over. We're probably still dead here, actually. That sucks. I hate Ancestral Harmony, by the way. Ancestral Harmony is like the most troll card of all time. Like half the time it wins you the game, the other half the time it loses you the game. I hate this card. How much combo does he have left? It's interesting. I see 2 aspects gone. We do have a Tiger Swipe left, apparently. It's pretty good. Tiger will come in for 2. I think we maybe give up the hold line here, or we'll start with the hold line. Just to start covering some breakpoints. We have another one as backup as well. Okay, this is coming in for 6. So we'll block with the E-Strike. Then he has an E-Strike. Coming in for 6. A lot of damage. How many E-Strikes are left, actually? Is this the first E-Strike? That's also scary. Well, I think we should probably use our hold the line here. So let's do that. Because the last Art of War is already gone. We only have to worry about Oreo from this point. We just saw him pitch. Okay, coming in for 8 to finish it off. Makes sense. Yeah, I think we're just giving the hand here. Alright, so we gotta be extra careful with our civic steps because I think there's still one more ace strike left, and then all the levels are gone, all the bonds are gone, preserve is gone, which is also very important. I'm trying to think what other threats are left. Okay, so 100 wins, 100 wins. So we'll block. I think we'll give up Chapeau on the first one. And I think we'll double block the second one. And then I think we're going to just block whatever this is. Yeah, so for 7. Go down to 4. Okay, it's not looking good. This is even after we got super lucky off the Art War, or the Harmony banishing the Art War. So I think we're gonna block with our pummel here, because we're at the point where like the arsenal doesn't really matter as much. Still anyone's game. We do see the bonds. So what's left in the graveyard for him to get? Spinning. Okay. Say no blocks, and then we'll fade it. We'll bottom that since we don't really need a 2-block right now. Then we will block. So they have a tiger in hand and then one unknown card, which is not an E-strike. So I think we can safely block 2 here. We are going to take 4 from this, or we're going to take 1 from the tiger. Yeah, and then we're going to take another 1 from the spinning. Okay, so a little dicey here. But we might still be okay. It's maybe Cope. We should almost be out of stuff, hopefully. Alright, there's the Orihon is returned. Let's block with our bets big, I think, is probably fine. We'll block a little bit more. So we have tiger in hand. Okay, into CNC, which is the last CNC, which we knew about. So this is why we save our armor, I guess. We'll block out with the rest of this. And then I guess we'll bank our sink below. Alright, we should start seeing him run out of threats. We still know there's like a blue 100 wins in the deck. Oh, we got our nerves though. That might be useful. So let's... Is this last bonds? Should be last bonds, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, last bonds. So we'll block with Test of Vigor, and we're gonna lose it as we... Oh, we did lose it. Oh shit. Okay. We're still good. Alright, making a tiger and getting the 100 wins. Or I assume it's the 100 wins. I think that's like one of the last cards left. Okay, so we need to block this Kakara for 2. I think we need to play out the nerves. Although, how much does the nerves even do here? Oh, the problem with the... Okay, wait. The problem here is that we can't actually block like this. So we need to... What's the last card? So we know there's a tiger in hand, right? Oh, it's not looking good. Okay. Let's pass here. And then block with our sink below. I don't know if this is right. Oh, we saw our weakest link on top, so that's fine, I think. Okay, we really need to get this nerves off here. We can take 1 from the tiger, but I don't think we can take a follow-up play, so it's gonna be very down to the wire here. Okay. We're at 1, and we have the nerves of steel. Is this game? Do we win? Oh, it's not looking... I don't know what's left in his deck. Because we have 3 temper. So we can block Tiger, Tame Kakara, and the Tiger every turn. Hold on. Let me look through the deck and see if I can figure it out. Oh shit, Blue Harmony Hunt. Oh no, that's really bad. Okay, wait. We've seen the last Art War, right? Yeah, so we have one last Art War. Okay. So We'll block with tech plating. It shouldn't be. Wait, has he used grain? I don't remember if he's used grain. This could be a grain, and I'm gonna have to staunch this. Okay, path well traveled. It's interesting. Does that mean he doesn't have a cheat in hand? Okay, we're at 1. Oh god. Not looking good. Alright, we have tiger in hand too. Oh yeah, you can undo. Go for it. Oh, I see. Wind chakra to buff the tiger makes sense. Alright, so tiger for 1. And then I guess we have to block with this rounds of me or we die. Oh, I feel like we put up a really good fight at least. If he has a combo card, I think we're dead. Okay, I don't think we're dead yet. Wait, what is last card in hand? Do I know? I don't think I know. Oh wait, we still have our armor back because the chain got broken. Oh. Okay, I think this might be the lock. I think we did it. Oh wait, this piece of shit is coming back. Oh no, is it good game? Okay. We still have the staunch for the grain that tips the scale. Alright, wait, I think we're good. Sigil? And then I think we actually need to play this out because I don't want this like in our deck for blocking just in case. I'm not trying to slow. I promise you, Mas, I'm not trying to slow roll you. This is actually just making sure that I don't lose. Okay, we'll block with our temper. I think if he didn't banish the Art of War, I probably would have lost this game. It was looking really rough there for a minute. Now we have to block. Start hammering. With the game against Mas Bule not even being close, I felt confident knowing that Betsy is currently the best deck in format. The Zen matchup was truly 100-0, and I had proven it to the world. I was ecstatic that I could share my vast metagame knowledge and strategy to the world, and rightfully become the #1 Betsy in the United States. I had great satisfaction knowing that Fab players could sleep sound since Zen was no longer an issue due to the rise of Betsy in the upcoming meta. Well, I hope you all enjoyed those Betsy games. Again, shout out to Mas Bule for entertaining me here. They're very good. I can't believe we got a game though. Okay, we can't be that upset about it. We got a game. Betsy is capable of winning into Zen. 100-0. I think is the lesson to be learned here. Playing Betsy has taught me a lot about what I enjoy about Flesh and Blood. As I swung Titan's Fist repeatedly for 20 turns in a row, with my eyes glazing over, I wondered if my wins were even worth it. Was wasting 2 players' times really a victory? Was I having fun? Betsy reminds me a lot of our cat Wilson, whose favorite activity is staring at walls. There are cats out there who enjoy staring at walls, or swinging Titan's Fist for 20 turns, and maybe that's okay. Ultimately, Betsy doesn't have a 100-0 matchup into Zen and New. It's a lot closer to 40-60 if anything. But the surprise factor and the matchup-specific knowledge can win you some games. At this rate, it would take a miracle for Betsy to become competitively viable.